pocket of that boom feels like a little much. You win every time. Well, and maybe winning should feel like less of an event.
Every time feels like the first time. Boom!
Yo, y'all up for some doubles? Hey, yo, Lula, no, I'm not good at this game.
Yeah, let's go. I'm always ready to take the basketball team down a peg.
Why you say that? Okay.
Because, you know.
I don't. Do you? Yeah, they think we walk around like we own the place.
Because everyone treats you like you do. Boom!
Yo, I told you I was bad at this game, and I'm starting to live up to it. Alright, I don't act like that.
Because you're new. You'll change.
Wait, you act like that, right? Not yet, but apparently it's fake. But who am I to argue with fate?
Oh,
come on, man.
Stop doing that! Yes.
Alright, look, serious.
Big game coming up, boys. First game, right? You nervous?
Yeah. College is a new game. It's a big step, but my dad taught me to respect it.
Ellie, hey, we gotta get to practice.
Oh, that's because I was winning. You want to walk out like that?
What's your name?
Junior. Hey, what if we win this next game and me and you do something together?
And if you lose?
Then we don't.
Text me after your game.
So when's the wedding? You was just scared to say so. Ellie.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's time for college basketball, and we have an exciting matchup on the way. Tonight, we'll see the Syracuse Orange as they win against the UConn Huskies. I'm Forrest Hunt, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we are just as excited as you are to see what this game has in store.
And one great thing about college basketball. Anything can happen. Scouting reports and standings are all well and good, but it's really a surprise every time.
Absolutely. I mean, these players are all improving at a rapid rate at this stage of their careers, and because of that, you can never count out an underdog.
Now here's Junior. The shot will not fall. Here's Miller. Pass to Wolf. And here's West. Covered by Junior. And here's Miller. Back to West. Shot clock at 6. Here's James. Here's Miller. Off target with the 3.
How about the Connecticut Huskies? 4 national titles for this small school on the East Coast. They won it in 99, 04, 2011, and 2014. Jim Calhoun built it from scratch, and they've got a heck of a pedigree now.
And that one misses. And each of those titles, special and unique in their own way.
The 1999 one put the team on the map as a major program in college hoops. 2004, they had a loaded team. Also, the women won the title in that same season. The 2014 title was special as they were a 7th seed and had to play themselves into the tournament.
Now Scott. Bounce in outside. Pass to Junior. And that's it. His first basket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
It's all about keeping one's balance, like watching Junior accept the hit and still be able to shoot. Here's Wolf.
And here's Miller. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Junior.
You know, even though he missed that 3-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
As a coach, you can really afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
And that one's good. Stop. The UConn Huskies, they find a lot of players from the New York area. It's a big pipeline in their recruitment process.
So a number of prep stars in New York have the dream of playing at UConn. It really has been a heck of a relationship. The city that never sleeps, speaking of New York, and the UConn Huskies basketball program.
Now here's West. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
West making things easier for the Q's bigs with every basket he scores inside. His versatility is a huge positive for this team.
Here's Junior. Tight defense on him. Pass to Porter. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Good job that time by Junior. Solid ball movement, understanding, and even sensing when one of his guys was open there.
Back to Miller. Wolf. Now West. Doesn't go for him. Webb with some nice deep. UConn in the lead. Pass to Porter. That one is off. And Syracuse will come the other way. They've been struggling here offensively.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. Boy, just by his body language, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
You know, the Huskies have not always been a premier basketball program. And success early on in the 20th century, but then burst back onto the scene in the early 90s in a big way nationally.
And they had a great coaching staff that led them from the late 80s into the modern times. The Huskies have consistently been a top team in the country. They've been a #1 seed in the tournament 5 times since 1990. And that's a good glimpse of Kai's tremendous court vision. Sees the open man and gets it to him before the D has a chance to react.
Junior left side. Thompson outside.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Exactly, that's the right look. The decision was good, he just didn't execute.
Here's Wolf. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to West. Pass to Wolf. Here's Starks. And it's UConn with the rebound. From downtown. The shot no good by Scott. The Orange trail. Outside West. With Samar. And it's good on the layup.
Well, for a long time, Syracuse has been a major player in college hoops. They've been a tough competitor since the 70s. Very rarely will they not be a presence in the tournament at the end of the season.
As you said with the Orange, they've been successful for decades.
When you think about program cornerstones, you've got to think Dave Bing for the Syracuse Orange. I mean, this Hall of Famer spent 3 years with the Orange and was dominant in his time. I really believe he made the first foundational bricks for what became an outstanding basketball program in Syracuse.
Dean, led by Smith. Outside Sanders. Pass to James. It's Nelson on the wing. And he banks in the layup.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Junior outside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the floor.
Well, I'll tell you what, his football background early in high school, he played on the gridiron, so Junior is no stranger to initiating and embracing contact.
Sanders, covered by Junior. Here's James. Can't tie it up, as that one's no good.
You know, one thing that Syracuse has really contributed to basketball is their zone defense. As a matter of fact, it's hard to watch a team play 2-3 zone and not think about Syracuse. They played that defense effectively for as long as Boeheim has been the coach there.
For a long time, it was a hallmark of the Orange. The 2-3 zone forces teams to beat you from the outside as they crowd the paint. The Orange made it successful by closing out quickly on the shooters and never giving up those easy shots.
Dean outside. It's Dennis, high post. Outside, Nelson. Dean. Picked by Dennis. And Dean, here we go. And he gets the bucket.
Hey, defenders never know where his next shot is going to come from, and that versatility in Dean's shot repertoire usually gives him the upper hand against most defense.
Now here's Junior. Pass to Fletcher. And it's going to be a 3-second ball. And here's Sanders. Up top, Nelson. There's the 3. Thompson pulls it in. And here are the Huskies. Shakes him. No good. He's 3 for 6 from the floor.
Syracuse has one title to its name, but a lot of near misses too. Clearly, you look at the tournament history for the Orange, a lot of highs and lows for sure.
That one falls.
So he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they needed a basket, they turned to him.
Outside, Nelson. Dennis. It's Nelson on the wing. That's to Sanders. That shot off the mark. And it's UConn the other way. You guys, the Orange also winning some titles before there was a standardized tournament.
The schools claim to be the champions in 1918 and 1926. That might be when the school fell in love with the hardwood. They've had plenty of runner-up finishes and semifinal exits in their storied history.
Nelson, no good. And so here's UConn. 3-point lead. Junior outside. Low. And the shot goes down.
You can tell Junior has been building his offensive arsenal. Here, he selects the right pass at the right time to pick up an assist.
Dean, started by Smith. Comes up from 17. Tried to make it in, but misses. Well, this marks the first contest with the school for Junior. He hasn't been playing organized ball for too long, but he has learned very quickly.
Hey, there's no denying it. He's a good raw, without question. But the coaching staff thinks he'll improve rapidly. The athleticism and skill, everything without him, it's just a matter of time before he smooths it out. You got to remember now, he only played 1 year in high school.
Now here's Nelson. Here's Sanders. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that three makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Huskies out in front, up by 4. And the first half of play in the books. You look at the game Junior's having, talk about his numbers.
Well, I like the way he contributed on the glass. Not content to spectate.
You know, he got in there and got his hands dirty, helped out his big men. And when you're gang rebounding like that, the team is much more consistent closing out stops.
To the inside. Webb misses.
I still can't believe that one didn't go.
Pass the Wolf. Let's go for 3. It's hauled in by Junior. UConn in the lead.
And as great as the UConn men's program has been, it is just a small star in the galaxy of the women's program. You talk about dominant, excellent, championships, 11 titles, and always near the top of the polls on the women's side. They are unlike any other women's program in just about any sport.
Now here's Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And he makes that one. Scott with it. Thompson outside. Back to Scott. Shoots over Miller. And too long on the shot. And guys, with the UConn women, all those titles and also 6 seasons where they went undefeated, that's simply unprecedented.
And UConn basketball fans are just so spoiled between their men's and women's programs. All the titles, all the stars over the years. It's no wonder this school adores the sport of basketball.
Down to 5 with a shot clock. Pass to West. Fires from deep. And again, it's the orange from deep.
Given the opportunity for a quick hitter, West doesn't waste any time. Tells you something about his instincts as a scorer.
Red Thompson attacking. Here's Webb. That shot's good on the assist by Red Thompson. And you guys, Junior being named as starter for this team right off the bat. Did that catch you off guard, or did you see that?
Well, there isn't a doubt that Junior will be great eventually. There's an argument to be made that he should have been eased into big minutes. But coach trusted the impact that Junior has on the floor from the get-go.
Shot's good by West.
And this is one of the reasons teams are afraid to face Syracuse, knowing that West is going to be a constant menace on the perimeter.
Here's Scott. Count it. Good.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Syracuse trailing here. Side West. Miller. Pass to Wolf. West. Given by Junior. West with it. Junior's there. Over Junior. Misses off the left iron. Yep, that one goes.
Excellent shot selection there from Junior. He has a great feel offensively, so his teammates have that trust in his game.
Up top, West. Good shot, and it's good on the lay-in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And you know, the freshman from Newark, they call him Junior. He was a football player for a few years, but then switched to basketball his senior year in high school. Getting an invite to play with this program seems like a good switch for him.
Now here's Thompson. For 3. Pulls it in. Left side, Miller.
That's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
And you see the talent that Junior already has. It makes you wonder why he didn't switch from football sooner.
And you can't ignore the strength that Junior shows on the court. The nuance of the game will just come with time. But this program sees something in him and feels he could be a blue chip prospect. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to West. Here's James. To West. Pointer. Junior with the block. And he gets it back. Tries it again. And he raised it in.
The tenacity on the interior, just badly bringing that effort and will. The second chance.
Pass to Dennis. To West. Now here's Miller. Guarded by Scott. Outside Sanders. Out to White.
And a freshman out of California, guard Red Thompson. Not a major recruit by most listings, but he can flip another solid good option for this team.
Here's Porter. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And the defense no factor, which is why he's simply laid it in.
Timeout call. The Orange. And Thompson a bit flighty on the court, or at least that's the scouting report. But which freshman players aren't like that?
You know, the coaching staff sees something in him, and they might be on to something here. You look at Thompson, they were very excited to add him to the list of incoming freshmen. I think he'll be a big part of what this program does and becomes the next couple of years.
Here's Miller. Outside Nelson. Fires the three. And it doesn't go for him.
I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play because if they do, they're going to struggle to get to them.
And he gets it to go as they call it down. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, that's what Red Thompson does. I mean, he just makes plays, and if he makes enough, he might be able to turn that into an NBA career. He doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Pass to Wolf. Miller. Here's Wolf. Back to Miller. And here's West. Here's Wolf. Takes the shoot. Here's James. And again, it's the Hornets missing. The spectacle of college basketball is certainly one of those big runs. These athletes are giving 100% effort for every minute of the game.
That's why I think you get such an exciting pace for these games at this level. These players are really hungry to go out there and prove themselves on the big national stage.
Yeah, every player on the floor is looking to have a career-breaking performance. There'll be some NBA scouts out there in the crowd tonight.
Now here's Miller. Pass to West. Here's Wolf. Starts with it. Shot to stop the run. Nails the trade.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to tell you the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Webb. Guarded by Starks. It's good!
They still got a foul to give at this point.
Yeah, and strategy would be bad to use it if they need to.
The Orange call time. What you take, you guys?
It's always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make a difference in the game.
Outside Miller. Pass to James. Wolf. And so it's you coming to a straight line with the win.
A slim margin of victory. You know, we talked a lot about Junior, and he was solid tonight, but I can't help but feeling that he's capable of even more.
You know, I don't think there's any question about it, and he'll need to be better if this team is to achieve its goals. But then again, they did get the dub, and there's always tomorrow.
It's a good win, Junior. All I'm focused on is getting us to the tournament. Hey, that's why we brought you here. Play the game the right way. Guys in this locker room, they really respect that. This team needs a leader right now. All right? Hey, listen. This team will go as far as you take us. We need you to own it, all right? Yes, sir. Good job. Let's go.
My major, here to ask for a favor. I need the money and clothes, the flashy cars and the jewels. All these rappers is screwed, flashing lights and the poles. On the road to give you my soul. Hold on, our friends screaming names, ain't naming things, leave days, amen. Never been on my level, now push your hits, how you want some trouble. My money is tipping, these racks is tripping. Numbers don't lie while my ex is
What coach have to say? Nothing really. He likes me.
Those numbers up in your draft position gonna be sitting pretty too, right?
I'm saying you want to play at a higher level, right? I don't care if it's football, basketball, anything. I don't even care if it's one of the top leagues. We're still talking about all-stars from every state, every country for the last 15 years. There is no let-up. You got to be ready for that.
And what makes you think I'm not ready?
Just asking me that question tells me you're not ready.
Because I'm not afraid enough?
It's better as a start. That's right, because outperforming just your teammates, that's not going to cut it no more, right? What happens when you feel overwhelmed? Because that's going to happen. What happens when you feel like it's just not clicking? What do we do then?
Work when you're on the clock ain't work.
Thank you. Okay, so you do listen sometimes. All right, not wasting my time. Look, son.
Respect.
Thanks, man. Look, your ceiling is sky high. I believe in you and everything I got, but you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in your talents. You gotta show commitment if you want to cash in on this.
I am committed.
All right, I believe that. I believe that. I also know there's always more for us to do. Always. Let's go.
I can't be nobody else here. I want them to myself, cause I'm selfish. Girl, I know you felt it. Young, let me try to tell you I'm for real.
Ain't no facts, we come for the checks, we stirring the wrecks. In the jacks, we sleep in the jets, we really the best. We pull up and flex, we speaking with guests. Taxi, then tax, we came from the bottom, we never forget. Hey, hey, hey. How would I never allow them to tell us the sour? They watching the club, they wanting the power. Saying the flowers are standing on the couch, up on the tower. Deep in the pool, in the showers for all of the days they didn't allow it. Hey, hey. Ain't no effects, we come for the checks, we stirring the wrecks, we sleep in the jets, we jump on the jets, my niggas is next. Hey, 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 hey. The best, my niggas next. Can I respect, but we blessed. Push it out.
Welcome everybody to college basketball presented by 2K Sports. This should be a fun one. And tonight we've got the Michigan State Spartans playing against the UConn Huskies. I'm Forrest Hunt. Joining me are Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And guys, does watching these games take you back to your college days?
Absolutely it does. You instantly get caught back up in all the excitement. And it also doesn't hurt when those memories are taking you back to a championship season.
Yeah, you know, it does bring up some great memories, and it's always fascinating to see how much has changed and how much really has stayed the same, status quo with these schools.
Now here's Junior. Pass to Thompson. Could be up on the arc. Michigan State grabs the miss. One of the big strengths of this Michigan State team is their coaching staff. They've been around for a long time and are still as sharp as ever.
And the staff does a great job connecting with their players. They form relationships that really extend beyond just their time in school. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan.
Just like shoot. Here's Lambert. No good on the three. Scott with it. Now guarded by Harvey. Pass to Thompson. He lets go from deep. That's it. And he's found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, big three-point bucket that time from Thompson. And that kind of accuracy from beyond the arc, it's in the attractive NBA custom.
Back to Hayward. And he is going for the oop here. And it's out of bounds. The Spartans able to retain possession here.
And gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Pass to Harvey. Outside Mills. Here's McLeod. By Junior. Shot clock at 5. Return to center.
You know, part of the reasons the Huskies have been so dominant is they consistently add elite centers come through the program. Dominant big guys have anchored a lot of their success.
And Andre Drummond, the latest dominant big out of UConn, just been elite on the defensive end as well. UConn has had 2 Conference Defensive Players of the Year who won the award a total of 4 times.
Junior with it. Outside Webb. Pass to Thompson. Junior outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And creating a little separation here, gaining confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Michigan State trailing. Well, guys, the biggest name in Spartan history is easy to pick. Magic Johnson definitely helped build this program.
Along with his coach, Magic helped establish this program. I mean, Michigan State won its first title in 1979, led by Magic Johnson. He's exactly the kind of player you want representing your school and acting as an ambassador. Nobody does it better.
Outside Webb. Pass to Junior. Here's Thompson. And here's Scott. Webb. Lambert defending. Out to Thompson. Takes a 3. And again, UConn with a triple.
This is a skill Thompson's got to master to have a chance in the NBA. He's a solid shooter, but that's still an area he can improve.
Pass to Mills. Over Thompson. And it's Mills missing.
And they're 1-5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. Excellent all-around performance so far against the big league.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage of both ends. They've got all the momentum on the arm.
And here's Lambert with it covering. Outside Mills. Pass to McLeod. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And the UConn Huskies with a ton of players in the NBA. Kemba Walker, the big name right now, but he's just the latest in a long list. The team does a great job of identifying and developing their talent.
Thompson. Good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Lambert. Good.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now. They need it.
Now here's Junior. Out to Thompson. And the layup is good. For the Huskies, guys, it's a lengthy list of active NBA players.
Because UConn as a program has done such an outstanding job of developing talent, it feeds on itself. They continue to be able to recruit outstanding players from all over the country because those younger players have seen the job UConn does in developing those who play for the Huskies.
So both teams making some changes here. Pass to Webb. Here's Bush. Down low. Here's Weber. Tries again. It was only a matter of time, and they finally get the bucket.
You know, one common theme for the Spartans, the group was always on suffer, and they play hard and tough. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to both the players and the coaching staff. They kind of hold each other accountable.
This team puts the team before anything. You look at the players they've had: Draymond Green, Denzel Valentine, Magic Johnson. They are all great team players.
You know, what I like most about Junior is how he stays confident, composed, and focused. I mean, even when he's going through a tough stretch, for a young player that's just developing, he's got a lot of self-confidence.
Left side Webb. Over Junior. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. And it doesn't go for him. And it's Michigan State the other way. And the foul called on Junior. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Michigan State's ball. They trail by 11. And the foul called on Junior. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before that.
Here's Weber. He's covered by Thompson. Unloads from 13 feet.
And without a doubt, Michigan State, a huge producer of NBA talent. Some huge names from the program throughout the years. You can always count on them to develop fantastic prospects.
Yes, it's good.
I'll tell you what, Junior certainly doesn't feel inferior on the interior as he attacks defenses with purpose.
Pass to Weber. Now here's Kelly. Outside Webb. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the line to try and make it a 3-point play. And for the Spartans, you guys, they produce players at all positions on a consistent basis.
You know, the most recent big names from the Spartans program, Darren Jackson Jr., Draymond Green, Gary Harris, but also don't forget now, big Zach Randolph came through the program as well. And I think Michigan State has just done a really good job of finding excellent talent and then developing that talent.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he'll go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And the Spartans with possession here. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Weber. Count me with it. Now here's Webb. Covered by Junior. Junior with the block.
Junior's got that winning mentality. Probably comes from his Newark, New Jersey roots.
And the Huskies making a change here. Bush. He's covered by Thompson. Michigan State, no good that time either. And guys, Junior is as raw of a player as they get. He didn't start playing organized ball until recently, but this program believes in him.
And you know, he only played his senior year of high school as far as basketball goes, but that was enough to impress this coach to offer him a spot.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Huskies, up 9. And the first half of play in the books. You look at the game Junior's having, talk about his numbers.
He's contributing. I mean, solid, not spectacular through the first half of play, but steady.
And sometimes the star players look to empower teammates early and then take a more active role down the stretch. We'll see if that's the game plan here tonight.
Up top, Scott, pass to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Well, that's exactly what his coaches want from him. They want Junior attacking the rim and playing with energy at that end of the floor.
Here's McLeod. Covered by Junior. Back to Labor. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Huskies.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And here's Scott.
You know, Michigan State has been absolutely dominant in Big Ten play. And, you know, it pains me as a Buckeye to admit that, but that's real talk. I mean, they have been superb and really one of the top programs in the nation over the last 20 years or so.
Pass to Mills. Over Thompson. And it's Mills missing.
And they got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And I know it's not easy for you to admit the success of the Spartans, Clark, but as you said, they're a premier program.
The Spartans have had 22 straight trips to the Big Dance. That's such an incredible feat for a program. What an outstanding job this school has done to be a pillar of the college hoop scene.
And so here's UConn. They've led by as many as 14. Scott goes in. The teardrop falls in.
You know, the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach Gill.
Wing shot out the way. It's hauled in by Junior. UConn with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Thompson with the ball. Guarded down by Lambert. Goes back up. And the layup by Bennett.
And with how strong the program is, you know the Spartans have a couple of times. Won it all in 79 and 2000. Honestly surprised they haven't come away with more with the success this school has had.
Michigan State calls timeout. And the Spartans have been the runner-up once as well. That was back in 2009.
You know, what's really impressive is how often the Spartans get to...
And stolen by Junior. And here are the Spartans now. Pass to McLeod. Back to Mills. Here's McLeod. Up top, Mills. Here's McLeod. He's covered by Thompson. To the middle. Five to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Red Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hayward. To stop the drought. And it's UConn with the rebound.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Outside, Smith. Pass to Fletcher. Up top, Macy. Now here's Smith. This time for 3. And the Huskies another 3. One thing that makes these games extra special to me is that we could be seeing parts of the future NBA championship team out there.
You know, if only you could pick them out, right? Forecast the future a bit. I agree. That question in the back of your mind, is this a future MVP? And it's another layer of interest.
It's tough to think about how many of these players have that dream for themselves, knowing only the very best are going to take that next step and join the league.
Here's Fletcher. Yes! And it's Junior picking up the assist.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why you're on this one. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Huskies.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, we can just add another one to the list.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Macy. Pass to Lowe. Outside, Smith. On the wing, Junior. Bucket 6. Here's Lowe. Weber grabs the board. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. In college basketball, rankings are everything. Do you guys have a preference between a scrappy underdog or a dominant top seed?
I gotta go with that powerhouse top seed team. There's a reason those teams earn that ranking through the course of the regular season.
I love the unpredictability of these games. Always fun to see an underdog team defy expectations and grab the dub.
From deep, Smith gets it to go from downtown.
See that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off of it. And no doubt Webb enjoys putting pressure on the defense, which results in them having to foul.
And he's good on the first of 3. Here's Castro. Error for 3. It's rebounded by Beasley. Junior drives in. To the paint. Low. Pass to Beasley. Out of the block. Here's Low. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And once they smell blood in the water, you can see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Castro. No good. Unable to end this run. And so it's UConn easily grabbing this one.
And it's interesting that they were able to win so comfortably despite an off game from Junior. He's got to be grateful to have that kind of talent alongside him.
You know, this one got out of hand, actually was a laugher, but his enthusiasm tempered a bit by the fact he knows he can play better. And guys, I know he will.
And for Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, unforced.
Junior, why'd you dunk the ball like that?
I saw an opportunity to make a big play.
Hey, why'd you dunk the ball like that?
Felt like the right time to energize the team.
All right, you're going to have to make a decision about what type of player you're going to be, how you're going to represent yourself in this school. Would your dad have made that play?
Listen, Coach, if I stepped out of line and you don't want me to do it again, fine. I can make the adjustment.
All right, Junior, I'm going to tell you a story. All right, now I'm at my school. I'm bleeding out colors, but I lived on the bench. One particular game, everybody was in foul trouble, so I get tossed in. Now I'm thinking, good, it's my moment. I'm going to give them the razzle-dazzle, behind the back pass, crossover, step back, I threw the kitchen sink at him.
You showed out.
Absolutely, I wanted to show that I belonged in the rotation and off the bench. We ended up winning by 2, so I'm thinking, I'm on cloud 9, life's complete.
Why do I get the feeling that this story does not have a happy ending?
Well, Coach pulls me aside and he tells me I'm back on the bench. He says we should have won by 10. If but I made the game about myself, my ego. Every time I wanted to do something special or fancy, we dropped possessions. I was mad. He was wrong. Then I saw the tape. You know what happens next, or you're just tired of listening to me talk?
I'm mad because I'm listening.
Look, Junior, win or lose, play the game the right way. Now, if you think that dunk was the right play, that's fine, but you're going to have to live with that. There may be some unintended consequences. You got me?
Got you, Coach.
All right.
Smiling, huh? Hey, don't worry about that.
Look at you smiling. Look at you, boy.
Hey, thank you for bringing me here. This place is amazing.
I come here every Monday when Madison's playing. It's so easy to get one-dimensional with like everything that we do, like trading and film sessions and travel. I just want to see so much that's out of that bubble, you know? Like I have to.
Yeah. Well, I haven't found anything yet.
No? Why not?
That is a great question, especially because it's so direct.
Well, that's what college is for, right? Figuring out who you are, and you're exposed to so much just if you're open to it. Like all of this makes me so good at soccer in the long run. Like at least I like to think it does.
Do you play for the Canadian national team too?
I'm an alternate right now, but yeah, every time I get in line and they sing, "Oh Canada," I get chills. Like I can't wait. School lets me take assignments on the road as a special arrangement.
Hold on. If my memory serves me correct, you said basketball players get the treatment.
Yeah.
That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Basketball.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I
just
did.
check.
Okay,
Just check.
but you know what I'm saying, right? Right?
Yeah, I do. Everywhere I go, people are asking me about the games, win or lose.
Especially lose.
Yeah, expectations are high, but yeah, I get it. Fans, they take everything so personal.
Yeah, it's hard to filter out all that noise.
Yeah, I struggle with it sometimes.
Being good at this, it's a responsibility.
Man, it's just all going by so fast. And I just want to appreciate this moment. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I can't be nobody else.